Hey everyone, how are you doing today? This is Vicious, and welcome to an exclusive first look at the Guild Wars 2 Open Beta multi-monitor testing for performance and compatibility. So today it's just going to be a short video to showcase the game and whether it supports multi-monitor setups or not. I'm testing on an AMD setup using a AMD 5870, two of them in a Crossfire, but the same type of testing would be good for NVIDIA's Surround or a Matrox setup. So the first thing you're going to notice if you've played on one monitor is that the background image is vert minus. It's been scaled in so you don't see the top and bottom of it. Also, the logo and credentials box has been moved from center to left. Now, getting my setup to look like this was really easy. I just went to the options menu here, which is still properly centered, and I went to options, and I was able to choose my resolution directly out of the game. So that's a very important first step. Being able to select your multi-monitor resolution without having to do any kind of hacking is a really good start. And I'm running 5292 by 1050, which is a reduced resolution for me just for the sake of recording. And once I applied it, everything just fell into place. There was no FOV adjustments or anything like that to make. So let's log in the game. At first glance, you're going to notice a big problem here. This is going to look bad. You're going to get to your character selection or creation screen, and you're going to see that that is also vert minus. I don't see the top of my character nor the bottom, and this is bad support. But on the good side of things, everything is still functional because I still have my world selection button on the far left, logout button, my character selection portraits, and the play, create, and delete, as well as any other medals over here. So while it looks bad, it's functional. However, you wouldn't be able to create your character in multiple monitor mode. You'd have to create your character on a single monitor and then come back and then hit play. Loading screens are a good sign here. They're a letterbox. They just fill the center monitor, and the left and right monitor are filled with black, so they don't get stretched out, vert minus, or distorted in any way. And now here we are in game, and now here's the most important part, obviously. And first glance shows everything looking pretty good. We've got everything horizontal plus. So I see a lot more to my right and to my left that was not there before when I was playing on just one monitor. The most important heads-up display element, my skills and health, is centered in the bottom of the middle monitor. The bad thing here is that the chat, your quick selection for all of your different menus, your quest tracking, and your map are all hugging the far left and right sides, making them quite difficult to see while in normal gameplay. You have to kind of go out of your way to look at them. But at least the main gameplay is horizontal plus, and that means it is playable. You just have to take a little bit of extra effort to see anything on those far left and right sides. So I'm running a Necromancer right now. Go ahead and showcase a little bit of combat for you guys. Now the recording isn't a great way to test performance because I lose a lot of performance while recording. I'm running 20 frames per second right now, but when I'm not recording, I get actually almost a full a full 60 frames per second without any issues. Get to take in a lot more of the sights this way. I think that the MMO genre has been a staple in multi-monitor gaming for a long time. I remember the first time that I played World of Warcraft on multiple monitors. It was eye-opening, literally. It was just a different game. It was so nice and beautiful. Guild Wars 2, I don't have the same feeling from the environments as far as artistic implementation, but the graphics are by no means bad. They're actually quite good. They're running DirectX 9, which I think is a good reason that the performance is so good, but also the reason why they look the way they do. But for an MMO, graphics shouldn't be the most important thing. Playability should be. The game is very playable. So if you guys are currently multi-monitor owners or planning to soon be, and you are wondering whether Guild Wars 2 supports it before you purchase it, the answer is yes, we have support here. No hacking needed, just pick your resolution, go into the game and play. So far, the small anomalies are basically just blemishes to the game, but not game breaking. I have a lot of hope. Let me show you what happens when you talk to, like, say, a vendor.
I have everything you need.
it shows up in the middle monitor here, and it's properly sized, and I can move it around. And it's because of this design of being able to move the windows around that I have high hopes that eventually they'll make it so that you can move these other heads-up display elements. And once you can do that, if you move those into the center monitor, then the game is going to be very, very playable. What I need to find is a cutscene, and we'll test if the cutscenes are vert minus, because that would be a really bad thing. So let's actually go to start one of my story missions.
Exactly. Do you know where I can find him?
The way this game renders the cutscenes is really unique. Basically, it does just a character-on-character conversation where you have just a simple background and then the conversation between them. I'm interested in seeing if, in that kind of cutscene, that the game kind of screws you with a vert minus. Now, the map is also a vert minus from what I can tell. It may not look it, but normally at the default zoom level that I was at, I see a lot more of the map than what I did. So, considering that you can zoom in and out of it, I'm not sure how much of an impact this might have on using the map. So far, it doesn't seem to be too much of a problem. However, if something is ever off screen that you need to click on, that could be a problem. So let's go ahead and head towards my story mission right here. See what happens when we activate a cutscene.
He's probably down at the pub again.
And we'll just take in the sights as we go in this beautiful multi-monitor setup.
You are a welcome guest.
Cities are just freaking huge. Alright, looks like we're going into an instance. Here we go. Yep, vert minus.
See you again. Do you have any news? What did the papermaker say?
Versailles admitted he made the paper for Minister Zeman. He also agreed to testify to that effect.
You're saying it was shady, but organized crime? Setting up citizens to be robbed and brutalized? That's out-and-out treason. Nevertheless, as a government official, I can't call him to trial without more evidence. Where are my manners? Allow me to introduce Countess Anise, Master Exemplar of the Shining Blade.
Minister Wee's hosting a party tonight. It'll be a good opportunity to eavesdrop on ministers, their allies, and their enemies.
Well, we could search Zayman's house. The law allows it if someone's in danger, or if we suspect treason. All right. We have one shot, so it's either the party or Zayman's house. I can't give you orders, so let me know how you want to proceed.
Alright. Go to the party or go to the house? Let's go to the party. Well guys, I think that pretty much is going to cover the introduction to support and performance for multi-monitor. As you can see, the main gameplay is fine. It's horizontal plus. Your HUD elements. The main HUD element is centered, while the others are hugging the left and right sides. You have vert minus in a few areas of the game, but all the menus and interactive elements that you have to click on do remain in place. So it's blemishes right now, cosmetic blemishes, but the game is playable. And hopefully with some forward evidence of multi-monitor users wanting to play this game, they'll implement support for it fully, and we'll have 100% qualification. So this is Vicious, and I'll see you guys later.